It's the 20th game of the season for the Western New York Flash as they wrap up a 3-game homestand against the Boston Breakers. NWSL soccer from Sahlen Stadium is coming up next on the Flash Broadcast Network. Good evening, soccer fans. Welcome to Sahlen Stadium. I'm Joe Giuliano along with Mike Kerms for the second meeting of the season between the Western New York Flash and the Boston Breakers. Earlier in the season, Western New York picking up a victory against the Breakers. Carly Lloyd was dominant in that game. Tonight, Boston comes in at the bottom of the NWSL table, but they look to play the part of spoiler. And Mike, this is a team who you look at their roster, there is some talent, and there's one player who really sticks out.
Boston has to gain confidence this year going into next year. They're obviously at the bottom of the table, so what can they do moving forward? Heather O'Reilly is going to be key because she's one of the leaders on this team. She's taken on a new role. Usually Heather O'Reilly has been a blue-collar worker. Her work rate is tremendous. She's been on the U.S. national team in that program since 2002, and you're going to see a lot flow through Heather O'Reilly. Last year you saw her score 2 goals against the Western New York Flash, being NWSL Player of the Week. You might see that tonight as well.
She has been dynamite to watch and very exciting. We'll keep our eyes on number 9, Heather O'Reilly. For the Western New York Flash, normally this time of year they find themselves tucked into a nice playoff position, but things will change tonight, but they get a key defensive player back.
Catherine Reynolds is an overlapping back, and she gets forward quite a bit. So when the flow of the game is going right through the middle of the park with Carly Lloyd, McCall Zerboni, and Angela Sahlen, you're going to see them switching the point of attack to Catherine Reynolds. What's key for Catherine Reynolds tonight is as she gets forward, she's got to make those crosses count, and hopefully you can see Jasmine Spencer, Sonia Bermudez, or Samantha Kerr get on the end of those balls.
So the return of Catherine Reynolds, we talked to her before the game tonight and got her thoughts on how the Flash are going to make up some points here in that final push for the playoffs.
Yeah, every game is so important. We have 5 left, and we just need to make sure we get 3 points from as many as we can. And each game is a big game. Starting with tonight, we need to focus on one game at a time, and we're going to come out tonight and put it all out there and get the 3 points.
Thank you to Catherine Reynolds as she returns to the lineup to anchor the back line for the Western New York Flash. Well, Mike, time to wear your coach's hat now as we look at the keys to victory for both sides. Let's start off with the visitors from Boston.
Well, keeping the lead is going to be most important for Tom Durkin. He feels that they've lost 20 points throughout the season where they've had the lead and they've let the other team come back. So that would have put them in a playoff position, absolutely. But with a team that is so decimated as Boston, you know, they had a lot of challenges throughout the season. Play in their half. They definitely want to play in Western New York's half. They're going to play defense in Western New York, win that ball, and then they're going to start the attack right in Western New York's half. And then, of course, stop Carly Lloyd. Everything flows through Carly Lloyd. If they could stop Carly Lloyd tonight, Tom Durkin feels that they can get the win.
The Western New York Flash on their 3rd starting keeper of the season. Abby Wambach is out. What are your keys for the home side?
Well, really, Western New York Flash, they have to make Boston uncomfortable right from the first whistle. Make Boston feel like they can't get any points. They're on the road for their 7th game in a row. They're not going to get any points. And then, so they're going to press really high and try to win the ball in the half of Boston Breakers. Win the possession game. With Carly Lloyd in the midfield, you got McCall Zerboni and Angela Sahlen switching the point of attack. They feel if they win 60 to 70% of the possession, well, 70% is a lot, but if they can win 60% of the possession, they're going to win the game. And also the front 3. You've got Sonia Bermudez, Jasmine Spencer, and Samantha Kerr. Relatively young. You don't have Abby Wambach or Adriana Martin in there today. So if one of those 3 can produce, or 2 of those 3 can produce a couple goals, they're going to win tonight's game.
That's Coach Mike Kerms with the keys to victory for both sides. It's the second of 3 meetings coming up next, the Flash and the Breakers, right here on the Flash Broadcast Network.
Hi, I'm Soccer Sam for Salvatores.com, Rochester's #1 pizzeria and your healthy, fast, local choice.
Salvatore's gluten-free pizza, thin pizza, multi-grain pizza dough, amazing salads, fresh wraps and subs, sausage slingers, pasta dinners, real pizza ovens, and so much more.
Salvatores.com, your healthy, fast, local choice. And yeah, we deliver everything but babies. Do it with me. Salvatores.com.
Now at Subway restaurants, the new $3 menu is here. Choose from a variety of savory 6-inch subs, all for just $3 each. Available all day long. Try the Black Forest ham, spicy Italian, or oven-roasted chicken. But hurry in, the $3 menu is available for a limited time only. For bigger variety and better value, the choice is easy when you choose from the new $3 menu at Subway restaurants. Subway, eat fresh.
Tap into good times at the distillery. Grab the family and experience our fun, wholesome atmosphere. The service is friendly and the food is delicious. The appetizers are amazing. The entrees are awesome, with exceptional quality dishes and innovative, delicious recipes to satisfy everyone's appetite. Enjoy your favorite distillery dish anytime with our takeout service and our kitchen that's always open late.
The distillery.
This is Angela Salem from the Western New York Flash. The Flash Academy is a one-of-a-kind program in the Western area designed to allow youth players the opportunity to train in a professional and competitive setting like I do every day. Check out the Western New York Flash Academy at wnyflash.com, or your youth player can learn from the Flash's professional coaching staff and players like me.
The captains meeting at midfield. It's the Flash and the Breakers. I'm Joe Giuliano along with Mike Kerms. We're at Sahlen Stadium, 20th game of the season for Western New York. And for the Boston Breakers, it's game number 19. Western New York comes in with a record of 7-9-3. Boston 3-13-2. Let's look at your starting lineups first. For the visitors from Boston, Nair in goal, Pathman, Sierra, Whitehill, and Wood in the back. Jones, Sanderson, Shepver in the midfield, and Mewis, O'Reilly, and Reeves up top for Tom Durkin's Boston Breakers. For the home side, the Western New York Flash, Kelsey Weiss will get the start in goal, her 7th appearance of the season. Williamson, Taylor, Reynolds, and Edmonds in the back. That's a familiar back four. Lloyd, Salem, and Zerboni in the midfield. Sonia, Samantha Kerr, and Jasmine Spencer up top for Aaron Lyons and the Western New York Flash. Your injury report tonight is brought to you by UB Orthopedics, the official medical provider of the Western New York Flash. And injuries for the Boston Breakers, it's a clean slate. Nobody out for Tom Durkin's side. He's got a full complement of players to select from. It's a completely different story for the Western New York Flash, as you'll see 2 goalkeepers out. In the preseason, it was Adriana Franch, who hasn't played at all, and Lydia Williams, who went down also with a knee injury. That's your injury report brought to you by UB Orthopedics. Referee tonight is Taman Barry. Assistants are Ben Wooten and Raymond Tam, and the fourth is Lauren Dearman. Kickoff for Boston in the white with blue shorts and white socks. They'll be attacking the goal to our left, and the Flash in the all pink. It is Project Pink Night, as the Flash looking to raise money for breast cancer awareness. Kermsey, our color commentator, ready to go?
Yeah, I am very ready. And those injury reports, very, very deceptive, because Boston Breakers actually not having a lot of players. They lost a lot of players throughout the season, particularly earlier in the season. Kia McNeil was on this roster originally. Before the season started, they lost Klingenberg to the Houston expansion draft. Sydney LaRue, they lost her on a trade. So you're missing quite a few players that this Boston Breakers originally had at the beginning of the season. Julie King is out. She's actually on the bench tonight, but she's not. We don't think we're going to see her tonight. Same with there's a big name missing for the Western New York Flash as well. You don't have that big target forward in Abby Wambach.
And they look to go downfield right away looking for Kerr, but Rachel Wood, making her second appearance, breaks it up. Abby Wambach is getting very close to making a return to action, but she is actually attending the funeral for the former owner of Magic Jack, Dan Borislow, who passed away at 52. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family as Abby attending that funeral. So that's the update on the U.S. international striker, as we are just 2 minutes into this one, second of 3 meetings between Boston and Western New York. A foul call on the far side of the field. It'll be Carly Lloyd to take it. And Angela Sahlen coming over as well. These two teams played on June 27th here in Rochester. A 2-1 win. Lloyd with both goals in that game. They'll meet again in Boston next week, August the 3rd. The wall is backed up. Sahlen and Lloyd take a look at the restart for the Flash. We're in the 2nd minute. Lloyd steps in to Sonia at the 6, and Nair has to quickly come off her line. Nice play by design.
Good defense by Boston to really hold Samantha Kerr off. She was coming in from the outside there, and I thought she was going to get on the end of it. And Boston a little surprised by the design play there, and they almost executed it, but solid defense by this Boston Breakers defense here.
Sanderson's quick touch intercepted. Williamson. Edmonds pressured all the way back now as Mewis applying some high pressure. Mike talked about that in the open, to play in the Flash half of the field.
You're seeing Boston right now. They're playing very, very high, and they're going to be all over Carly Lloyd tonight. And look how far Carly Lloyd's coming back to get that ball.
Here is Reynolds with a touch on the far side. Gets it back to Lloyd. Wood intercepts the pass.
And this is a little change that we're seeing here tonight. You're seeing Catherine Reynolds on the left-hand side and Edmonds on the right-hand side. You're throwing a little bit of experience on the left to watch out for Heather O'Reilly. And I think Heather O'Reilly is the most dangerous player, along with Sanderson, on this team. And I think you're putting a little bit more experience with Catherine Reynolds on the left-hand side.
Here's Sahlen to Taylor. Driven ball for Kerr, and she comes back to receive it from an offside position. Samantha Kerr, just 20 years old, 6 goals and 3 assists. Scored in the last game against Kansas City. I wasn't here for that, but sounded like Lloyd set her up pretty nice.
Well, it was a nice ball came in. They switched the point of attack, and all of a sudden that cross came in from Palmer, and Palmer actually getting a start and right to Lloyd.
There's Sanderson with an early chance as it's scooped up by Weiss. The referee looked to the assistant, no flag coming up, and Leanne Sanderson, the 26-year-old.
So the key was to switch the point of attack, and it went through Angela Sahlen finally for the Western New York Flash. They're down by 1 goal. They get it out to Palmer on the opposite side from the left-hand side. She crosses it. Lloyd gets a flick. She heads it right to Kerr, and Kerr puts it away.
That 22nd minute goal was the equalizer after KC had scored in the 17th minute. And the game ended up level at 1.
I got to tell you, the FC Kansas City, it was one of the better teams I've seen play all year. They just moved the ball very well. No question why they're at the top of the table right now.
And speaking of good ball movement, not a bad bit there from Western New York as Sonia and Carly Lloyd working with Edmonds. But a deep throw-in coming up here for the Boston Breakers, who away from home are 0-8-2. This is a road trip that's coming to a close. It's the 7th of 7 straight game on the road. 0-4-2 in that trip. Here's Zerboni, top of the 18. Breakers come away with it. Mewis, she's dumped down by Zerboni, and it'll be a free kick coming up for the Breakers. There's a replay of that last foul.
Yeah, and this is right after Zerboni was at the top of the box trying to win it. Angela Sahlen just holding her off just a little bit. Zerboni coming back to win that ball, and really clear tackle.
Edmonds knocks it out of play. Quick throw in for Sanderson. Looks up, good ball into the box. That's for Reeves, but it's over her head. Lays it off. The one-time shot from Jones is blocked away. Flash looking to come out of their own half. Sonia is dumped and a foul is called. As the Flash at home, 4-4-2. Final game of a 3-game homestand for them. 0-1-1 during this final homestand of the season. There's Weiss to Taylor. Zerboni back to Taylor. Takes a look. Another direct ball. Kerr, corner of the 18. Still Kerr. Low cross, and cleared away nicely by Wood as Spencer and Lloyd were there. Here's Reynolds. Good touch from Reynolds. Good pass. Sonia, dangerous left foot. Chips into the box. Headed away. Shepfer. Salem, a one-timer. And now Nair gets her first touch on it in the 7th minute.
Carly Lloyd sitting there. She was starting to prep, thinking that ball was going to go over the head of the defender. And nice little ball by Sonia Bermudez, but really hard work by Catherine Reynolds to win. Playing, and that's both teams want to play in the opposite team's half, and right now I think Western New York Flash is winning that game.
There's Edmonds. O'Reilly now is shifted over to this near side, as Mike pointed out. The more experienced Reynolds was marking her, and Durkin has switched her over to the near side. Good ball for Reeves from Sanderson. Williamson comes over to take it away for the Flash. Good anticipation there, gets it to Taylor. Good passing early on from the Flash, very crisp.
Win the possession game, and that's what they really want to do here. They win the possession game. A lot more flows through Carly Lloyd. Western New York Flash should win this game.
Jones called for the foul. Most yellow cards in the NWSL, the 23-year-old with 5. And speaking of yellow cards, Angela Salem at the number 4 mark right now. One more and she'll sit down a bit. Edmonds. It's Project Pink Night. There's nothing wrong with your monitor. It's a pink jersey. As Lloyd coming into the 18, and Nair, he was there just waiting for that one.
Good stuff by Nair there to protect that 2/3 behind the defense. She's supposed to cover that. She saw Kerr. Great run by Lloyd, but Kerr picked her out, but Nair was there to save it.
There's Kerr. Spencer. Wood knocks it away. Wood, the 24-year-old, played at North Carolina and UC Irvine. There's Spencer to O'Reilly. But the Flash, they're early on applying pressure.
You talk about Wood. She just signed from the reserves for Boston, and her first game with the Boston Breakers, her responsibility was to mark Christine Sinclair, the Canadian international.
And what a game that was. 6-3 at Portland. Boston actually led the game 3 times.
And that's what Tom Durkin's talking about, keeping the lead. They went up 1-0. They let Portland back in 1-1. 2-1, Boston goes up. 2-2. 3-2, Boston goes up. And then the half ends 3-3. And the next thing you know, first minute of the second half, or first 2 minutes of the second half, Christine Sinclair with another goal. And all of a sudden, you give up a goal in the beginning of that second half, you go down. Your team just kind of gets a little depressed, and Portland took advantage of that.
9 total goals scored in that game. It aired on ESPN, so fans who may be new to the NWSL, if you want to see goals and excitement, you got it on the national debut of the NWSL on ESPN.
Yeah, in some ways that's great. You see a lot of goals, but it's not what most of these games are about. Every once in a while you'll see a game 6-3. We've seen some this season, 6-3, 7-1. But for the most part, you're seeing a lot of 1-0, 2-0, 2-1 games.
Ball into the box for Sonia. Deflected, and Nair picks it up. Boots it forward over the head of Reeves. Williamson wins it for the Flash. Reynolds keeps it in play. Here's Salem. Picked up by Jones. Now Wood. All the way back to the 26-year-old Alyssa Nair. Most saves in the NWSL, 77. She's had a busy season. 43 goals against, the most in the NWSL. Pathman. Shepfer. Stuck in there by Lloyd. Still Lloyd. Good tackle, though. As Boston comes away with it, Sanderson. Into space, looking for O'Reilly. Taylor comes in and saves it for the Flash. 2 balls on the field. Here's O'Reilly. Mike, she is switched now to the near side. So it looks like it's going to be a battle all night long as who gets to mark Heather O'Reilly. Here is O'Reilly. Good profile on her by Mike before the game. Just a dynamite player. Hard worker. And Sanderson's long cross is over the crowd. Leanne Sanderson called into the English national team for the August 3rd game against Sweden. She'll join Washington Spirit forward Jody Taylor. That'll be at Victoria Park in Hartlepool, England. 38th cap coming up for Sanderson.
And if you watch that Portland game, that 6-3 match, it was probably Sanderson. That first half was one of Sanderson's best halves of the season. She was all over the place. Everything was flowing through her in that attacking midfielder role.
Lloyd, little chip. Oh, it's up and over the crossbar. Trying to get Nair off her line just a little bit, and Carly wasn't too far off the mark.
Yeah, and here, right here, nice little ball in McCall Zerboni, and Zerboni looks for that quick switch of point of the attack. Great ball out to Samantha Kerr, and Samantha Kerr just one-times it, and Carly Lloyd just making that diagonal run. She looks up, and she tries to dink it over Nair. I think Nair just, I don't know if there was enough open space there.
There's Reeves with a cross. O'Reilly off the crossbar. Boston coming back the other way. They're denied by the post. End-to-end action here. Here's Lloyd now coming back for the flash. Down the near side looking for Samantha Kerr. Things heating up here in Rochester. A low cross. Spencer can't get her foot on it. And Whitehill comes away with it.
Oh, and the referee, Aaron Lyons is up looking for that handball call. No call by the referee. I thought it was touched by the hand there in the box.
14th minute. This one's starting to take shape here as both teams looking for the offense. Here's Edmonds.
3 counterattacks in a row for both teams.
Kerr back to Edmonds. There's Zerboni for Salem.
Wow, and Heather O'Reilly wants that one back. Hitting the crossbar. She had the whole net wide open. Nice little ball by Reeves.
Reynolds, still Reynolds. Outside to Lloyd, into the box for Spencer, the header to goal! Jasmine Spencer buries it in the 15th minute. A beauty for the Flash.
A lot of good work by Catherine Reynolds. A lot of good work by Catherine Reynolds right here. And you see the overlap, and that's what you talk about. Stop Carly Lloyd. She's all over. Right here, she's going to take a look up. She picks out her player, and she puts it right on Jasmine Spencer's head. And a nice goal by Jasmine Spencer. Catherine Reynolds, an unlucky pass there. Oh, well, a lucky one for the Western New York Flash. But really, it's Pathman that's got to move on in the inside. She got stuck with 2 players. She's got to choose one, and she's got to go inside and take Jasmine, and she's got to take Spencer. And just she didn't react quick enough. And she just felt like she was marking Kerr, and Spencer's was someone else's responsibility. At that moment, that becomes Pathman's responsibility.
15th minute, time of the goal. Spencer, her 3rd of the season. Lloyd will get the assist. That's assist number 4 for Carly Lloyd, and she put in a beautiful ball to the onrushing Spencer, who beat Nair and neatly tucked it away in the corner with the head. 1-0 Western New York. We're in the 16th minute.
And I was just watching Jasmine Spencer. It looked like she was running around with a smile on her face. Nice goal for her. That's the way to start. Getting a starting role here for Western New York while Abby Wambach's out, and a little change with Adriana Martin coming off the bench, and you get your opportunity to start and you start producing. Aaron Lyons is going to reward you.
Coming up big on that one, as there was a 3 or 4 minute flurry at both ends. Off the crossbar by O'Reilly, and then Spencer makes it count in the 15th minute. But Reynolds, she's been dangerous on that far side, as Mike mentioned. We'll keep our eyes on her. Free kick as she was taken down behind the play, or it was Williamson who went down. Reynolds Started and played every minute this season until that red card against Washington on July the 12th as the restart. Wood gets the header over Spencer. Sahlen, Taylor, play it back and forth. Right down the middle, Spencer's offside. We're in the 17th minute, 1-0 Western New York.
Time to make some noise. We'd like to say thank you to the Flash Mob for their continued support of the
Jones almost taken off the ball by Sonia. Here's Wood. Flash need points and a little bit of help to reach the playoffs. Normally this time of the season, Mike, they're in a spot where they know they're going to qualify. Just not sure what their seed will be, but tonight and the rest of this season, they're in 6th place right now, 4 points behind Washington, who holds that 4th playoff spot. It is going to be an exciting run down the stretch here in the NWSL.
You know, when we talked about the Boston Breakers giving up points throughout the season after they had the lead. Really, I feel that the Western New York Flash, they've had the lead or they've been in a tie, and they've given up points throughout the season. And, I mean, 3 times they've given up ties, or they've given up where they're 3 times they were leading the game in the last 12 minutes of the game or longer, and they gave it up and gave up a tie. That's given up quite a bit of points there.
They can find themselves in a lot different position. They've got 11 points as this ball sent forward. Reynolds, look at that challenge from the outside of defense, streaking in to knock it away from Mewis.
You know, and here's the opportunity from earlier where really Kat Williamson has it right here, and Leanne Sanderson wins it right there in the middle for Kat Williamson. Reeves makes that anticipated run. What a great run by Heather O'Reilly here. And right here, if Heather O'Reilly scores that, hits off the crossbar, totally different game. That opportunity doesn't happen for the Western New York Flash. And Heather O'Reilly right there, she's got to finish that to really change this game. And it's now 1-0 for the Western New York Flash instead of 1-0 for the Boston Breakers.
O'Reilly looking for her 6th goal of the season, not going to get it there as the Flash continue to play these balls in behind the Boston defense. But knocked away. Sanderson played back now to Mewis. Onto the near side, Pathman. O'Reilly looks up. Thought about pulling the trigger, lays it off to Jones instead. Tight space, and that one is knocked away by Sonia. Wood to Sierra. Now Jones, Boston looking to start some attack here. Schepfer just nudged away from her by Carly Lloyd, and the Flash will begin the counterattack. Lloyd outside to Spencer. Spencer one-on-one with Wood. Right-footed shot is up and over the goal. 20th minute, and the goal by the Flash. We'll see another $500 donated from the Realtors Charitable Foundation. They'll continue their support of the Rochester community by donating $500 for every goal scored by the Flash this season. Total now is $6,500.
And again, you see Carly Lloyd bringing the ball up the field, looking for Jasmine Spencer. And Jasmine Spencer's feeling it. Why not try to strike one from outside? Jasmine Spencer last year had 1 assist for Washington. This year she's got 3 goals and an assist. So having a much better season this year with the Western New York Flash.
A huge opportunity to play with the injury to Abby Wambach. Abby's only played in 6 games this season for Western New York. As O'Reilly working it. Left-footed cross is behind the net. And Kelsey Weiss making her 7th appearance of the season. And talk about drama in the preseason. Adriana Franch goes down with a knee injury. And then against Washington on July the 12th, Lydia Williams tears the ACL on her left knee. So it has been a major challenge for Erin Lyons and the Flash between the pipes. Here's Kerr. Now Sahlen to Lloyd. Oh, good touch forward. Sonia's in on it. but poked away back to Nair. I don't think Spencer anticipated that clever little touch from Carly Lloyd. 22nd minute, 1-0 Western New York. O'Reilly, Pathman. Intercepted by Zerboni. There's Spencer to Sonia for that quick cutting pass. Read well there by Nair.
A lot of passes by Western New York Flash trying to get behind the back four of Boston. Sierra kept that last one out. She's very explosive. She's very strong, a good defender, a good addition to this Boston Breakers team. She's someone who Tom Durkin's very happy to have and thinks she's done a great job this season.
Sierra coming over from Washington where she played 9 games. And Catherine Reynolds has been on a tear, but that pass for Carly Lloyd is off the mark.
Yeah, and that's where Lisa Devanna was playing for Boston earlier in the season, and that trade was Devanna for Sierra. Not getting enough production out of Devanna as the Australian international. Only had 1 assist in those games, and you're expecting a lot more from Devanna.
Kerr almost pushing it in behind, but Whitehill, the veteran, 32-year-old player, assistant coach, knocks it away for the Breakers. Now Wood going forward to Reeves. Reeves and Williamson battle. Drawn back and controlled nicely by Kat Williamson. Good work by the 24-year-old who came over from the Portland Thorns.
Player we don't talk about as much. I mean, you see Taylor back there, and she probably gets a little bit more of the accolades in the back. But you see right there why she's been starting center back next to Taylor all year. Just very calm, cool, and collected on the ball, even with the pressure of Reeves on her. Does a great job just winning that ball and then slowing the game down again.
O'Reilly to Sanderson. Now Pathman. Central for Schepfer. All the way to the far side. Mewis has to hustle. She gets to it. Turns on it. Serves a ball into the box. And knocked away by Edmonds. And Jones again. You can see why she's got so many yellow cards. That's the second hard challenge she's been called on. So we'll see if there's a persistent yellow card coming from the referee. As she has been hard on the challenge from behind twice now.
Well, she's going against the right player, McCall's Zerboni, so you know McCall's going to give a few back at to her. So
she's
throughout the game.
Second leader in fouls committed in the NWSL, McCall Zerboni, so you're right. She can go the other way too. Spencer's dumped down, referee says play on. Zerboni gets a little challenge against Sanderson, and it'll be a throw-in for the Breakers. 6-3 at Portland on Sunday, and then they'll return home, and they'll meet the Flash once again on August the 3rd. These two teams will get to know each other very well. Sonia Kerr, even with the last defender, cuts it inside. Nope. Rachel Wood.
I mean, that's a tough run. I mean, 7 games on the road, and you're going back and forth from the East Coast to the West Coast. That's a tough run. I mean, 0-4-2, losing 3 of those 4 games by 1 goal, 2 ties. You know, there's if you're Tom Durkin, you're trying to pull out some highlights, you know, some positives from the season, and you know, you're a forward or 2 away from possibly winning some games, and you're in the lead. You're giving up 20 points on the season when you're in the lead, and you know, you start picking some of that stuff out, and you start finding a couple players in the offseason. You got a few international spots you got to fill. You got some draft picks you picked up through some of the trades, and by losing Cindy LaRue. Kia McNeil's a big loss early in the season. She was a part-time coach for Boston, and now she got a full-time assistant job there. So that's a big loss. So really, when Tom Durkin signed up this season, a lot of the players that he thought he was going to have, they're gone. So actually, Tom Durkin, I was with Tom Durkin. I was getting my A license renewed, and we were talking last September about his new position with the Boston Breakers, and he was pretty excited. And you look at the roster, and it was a solid roster. This is a completely not completely different, but very much different roster than him and I were looking at back in September.
He took over for Lisa Cole, who actually was fired, and then Kat Whitehill stepped in on an interim basis. And then Tom Durkin has come in. He's the director of the IMG Academies down in Bradenton, Florida. And now leading the way for the Boston Breakers. You know, we talk about this 7-game homestand in a second as Sanderson has a chance in the 18. Cuts it back to her right, a shot and a goal! Well taken from Leanne Sanderson on the far side pass from Sierra. We're even at 1 in the 27th minute.
And Coach Durkin stands up. He's pretty excited about it. Great ball by Shepford to the outside. And I think it's Mewis here.
It's Mewis, that's right.
Nice little left footer. Sanderson coming right down the middle of the field and beating, and that's something you don't see a lot. Someone beating Brittany Taylor one-on-one in the 18. Sanderson with a nice little cutback here. She brings it down perfect. Wow, what a first touch, second touch, third touch, snaps the ball, and Weiss just caught on her heels. Nothing she could do about it.
Mewis will get the assist, her second of the season. 5th goal for Sanderson. We're tied at 1. Lloyd, Kerr, Spencer, the one-timer. It's off the mark. 28th minute. An exciting first half here at Sahlen Stadium.
And that's a nice goal by Leanne Sanderson. Really, another pretty ball by Mewis as well. Great combination play here. Sonia Bermudez, all the forwards involved. Bermudez coming across, cutting it back. Spencer, Lloyd, Kerr, back to Spencer. Nice little combination play between the front four of the Western New York Flash.
Just didn't sit down enough for the volley from Spencer. Here's Mewis again, another good ball forward. Looking for Reeves. Reeves is in this time and taken down in the box. And the referee points to the spot. We'll have a penalty kick. She just got the inside position, and Taylor grabbed a bit of the arm, and Reeves goes down. And a PK coming up here for the Boston Breakers.
And another ball over the tap by the Boston Breakers, and Taylor one-on-one. You think Taylor's got position on her, and you think Taylor, does she have the confidence in Kelsey Weiss at that moment to just knock it back, and a good 1-2.
O'Reilly setting it up.
Right there. O'Reilly with a nice ball. Actually, no, that was Mewis again with that ball. Mewis playing another pretty ball. It's going to be O'Reilly on this PK.
O'Reilly steps into it. Shot. Goal. 2-1 Boston. O'Reilly with her 6th goal of the season on the PK.
She made that PK look so simple. And, again, it's Brittany Taylor, things that you don't normally see. And right there she had position on Reeves. Could she play it right back to Weiss? Can she play that back to Weiss? But Reeves, I mean, look at this PK by O'Reilly. So calm, cool. Puts it right in the corner. Nothing.
6th of the year. Very calm and cool on the finish from the veteran. It's 2-1 Boston. And you got to thank Mewis, I think. Those 2 balls she put in as outside midfielder put the Flash under some intense pressure and leading to this 2-1 Boston lead. Taylor. Well, Boston had a lead 3 times on Sunday against Portland. Ended up losing 6-3. We'll see how it ends up today. O'Reilly coming up for more, and her shot is wide.
Right there, you can see Boston starting to feel it. And Brittany Taylor, just a few things that you haven't seen from Brittany Taylor. And first, getting beat 1v1 in the box. Then just not shielding off Reeves, pulling her down. I mean, for me, that was a clear PK.
Reeves very strong. She was determined to get to that ball, and it led to the call on the PK as this is off the foot of Taylor, and a throw-in coming up for the Flash. Pedro Losa standing up and just telling the team,
I think she's telling Brittany Taylor to relax right now, because Brittany that's two giveaways that she's had in the last 30 seconds. 2 times she's touched her last 3 touches. 2 of them have been given back to Boston. So she's just got to get her head back into it. Just saying, hey, relax. Play a couple simple balls.
32nd minute, 2-1 Boston. This one's into the box, and Nair has to come out of her box and head it away. Here's O'Reilly. Goals in the 27th and the 30th minute, giving Boston a 2-1 lead. Reynolds and O'Reilly battle for it, still up in the air. Zerboni, good little step to win it. Cuts it inside. Now central for Carly Lloyd. Sonia, nope, not going to get the return pass to Lloyd, and Boston will come forward again. Here's Sanderson to Pathman. Still Pathman crossing midfield. Mewis. Jones. She's taken down by Carly Lloyd.
And we're talking about the loss of Sydney LaRue, and it was Mewis that they brought over from Seattle, and she's got an assist, and she really helped create that PK with the ball to Reeves.
Here's Mewis now. Back to Whitehill. Sanderson flicked it into the box, and no one there but Weiss.
I mean, and Sydney LaRue twice has come here in this stadium, and you think she's just non-existent, and then all of a sudden that last 5 minutes of the game, she turns it up to a new notch. And Seattle twice tied 1-1 with the Western New York Flash, and
another ball into the box.
Goal scored in the 90th and the 84th minute for Seattle here for game winners, 2-1.
Heartbreaking loss for the Flash.
Twice.
Lloyd. Outside for Kerr. Back into Lloyd. The shot. Oh, it's right at Nair. Right at the keeper. But a good build-up from the Flash.
Great build-up, and it's Lloyd who wins this ball at midfield and just takes off. Great ball to Kerr. And then this is where Lloyd explodes. This is where she's so dangerous. Kerr just hesitates just a little bit, and a nice ball by Kerr to get that ball across. And again, that's where you see Lloyd. Lloyd finishes, usually puts that right in the back of the net. And
right or left, it's
Nair,
home.
Nair has no chance normally. And
there's Weiss.
For me, that's 1-for-1. Heather O'Reilly hit the crossbar earlier with one that she definitely should have finished, and now Carly Lloyd with one that she should have definitely finished.
This one's got Spencer in behind with the flick on, trying to get over Nair. It's not going to reach from that distance. Here's Sierra. Looking for some options. Bianca Sierra. Reeves checking back. And Jones will knock this one out of play. Courtney Jones, the 23-year-old, making her 14th appearance of the season after coming over from Kansas City. As Taylor and the Flash work out of their own half. Nothing doing on that long ball. Kat Whitehill will scoop it up. She was 2-1-1 as the interim coach in the final 4 games of last season. She's coming after your job as well, Mike.
Yeah,
she's a color analyst with ESPN's 2011 Women's World Cup.
She's coming to the Western. She's gonna try to come to the Western New York Flash
from ESPN. Yes.
From ESPN.
I hope not. You never know. Stranger things have happened. We're in the 36th minute. The Flash had a 1-0 lead. Boston storming back with 2 goals of their own. Are up 2-1. O'Reilly, Sanderson.
She missed some games in 2011 for the Women's World Cup, obviously, and did a great job over there.
There's Jones. Trying to turn the corner, but Reynolds goes down and holds her ankle. She is slow to get up. Hopefully nothing too serious, as the referee is going to take a look at Catherine Reynolds, making her 19th appearance of the season. Last year she started in all 24 games. And the injury bug has really hit Western New York. Hopefully it has not struck again.
And it's Jones again. Just going for the ball, playing a little bit hard right here.
Oh.
It looks like she just rolled it a little bit.
Trainer's being called on as well now for the Flash.
Yeah, and she goes down.
Not a good sign for Aaron Lyons and Western New York. Another player down on the turf at Project Pink Night. Raffles throughout the evening here to raise money for breast cancer awareness.
She's an Iron Man for this Western New York Flash. I mean, she's played every single minute. She's played every single minute this season.
There's a look at the pink jerseys being worn by the Flash tonight. Not only will the jerseys be raffled off, but the Flash Shack is raffling off baskets made by the Flash players, local businesses, and other pro teams in town.
Little shot of Amy Barczyk there on the bench.
The fans supporting breast cancer awareness as well here at Sahlen Stadium in the pink. As we have a break here, Western New York is trailing 2-1. Here's your recap of scoring. In the 15th minute, Jasmine Spencer with a beautiful header, her 3rd goal of the season. Carly Lloyd got the assist, her 4th. Then in the 27th minute, it was Sanderson, her 5th goal of the season from Mewis, her 2nd assist. And then 30th minute, O'Reilly, calm and cool, slots the PK home for her 6th goal of the season. And that's where we stand at 2-1 right now in the 38th minute. Catherine Reynolds went down with an injury, but she is up and hobbling over to that far side corner flag. And as Mike was mentioning, looks like she did roll her ankle. See if anyone is loosening up for the Flash.
So other than that red card, Catherine Reynolds has played every single minute this year. So she's missed 1 game. Brittany Taylor, the only other player to play every single minute for the Western New York Flash.
Into the box, the header from Reeves, and the Breakers have scored again. It's 3-1 Boston, and they take full advantage of the Flash playing with 1 less player, and that's not going to sit well for Flash fans or even the staff.
And that's off of a set piece, and I don't think the Flash weren't ready. You saw how much room Heather O'Reilly had there right after the throw-in, and I don't think the Western New York Flash were set. And you could see that they're talking to the referee like, hey, we weren't ready.
39th minute time of the goal. Reeves, her 6th of the season. And it was O'Reilly with the assist.
And you could see Zerboni still coming on the field, sprinting. She was over by the bench, and Western New York Flash were definitely not ready.
Here's Lloyd right down, and it's just wide of the post. So a very interesting goal, to say the least, in the 39th minute. It's Reeves, her 6th of the season from O'Reilly, as the Flash were playing with 1 less defender. Here's a look at the replay, Mike.
Look at all the room that Heather O'Reilly's got, and Kat Williamson trying to get out there quick enough. And then it's 2-on-2 in the box, and actually it was 3-on-2 in the box. Nice ball by Heather O'Reilly, though, although she had all the time in the world.
And you can see, like you said, Zerboni sprinting back, trying to get into position. Flash definitely not ready for that restart. It is 3-1 Boston. Flash have their work cut out for them. As Lloyd spinning away from pressure, picked up by Whitehill. Hammers it forward.
And you can see Lloyd, she's that type of player that, hey, I got to start taking this game on and start owning this game. And she's done a couple things right there. That first shot about a couple minutes ago, and now she's trying to dribble a little bit. Hopefully she continues to use her teammates throughout.
I was almost expecting to see Boston take the throw-in and then give possession back to the Flash.
Well,
what are your thoughts on that?
No, I disagree with you because it was Catherine Reynolds put the ball out of bounds, and then she got the injury.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out why the Flash weren't ready for that restart.
Well, you saw there was 5 players over here talking to the coaching staff and talking amongst themselves on what they had to do, and I just think you saw McCall Zerboni coming all the way from midfield, trying to get back as quickly as possible.
Well, if that's the case, then hats off to Boston for realizing that and getting a quick restart and making the most of it. The Breakers lead it 3-1. And they're looking for more.
Completely taking advantage of the referee's early whistle. I mean, you almost got to look at the referee there. Referee's got to turn around and make sure that players are set. He knows where players generally are. If he sees a player still by the bench, I mean, I know it was a longer injury time than expected.
No call made. Sonia felt she was fouled, but the breakers continue. Sanderson. Pathman. And cleared away by Salem.
I've seen Sanderson play quite a bit throughout the years in the leagues, and she's really playing very well tonight. And just like last game against Portland Thorns, that first half, she was tremendous. She's all over the place. She's getting stuck in, getting control of the ball, looking for players.
There's Sonia. You get the feeling this one is going to get real physical as we go down the line here. Flash not happy with what's been going on here in the first 42 minutes as Hallie Palmer will be coming on, the 21-year-old. But here's O'Reilly again. Left-footed shot blocked by Williamson. Now Zerboni. Flashing to keep their composure. Plenty of time to get back into this one. Not let their emotions get the best of them. Lloyd, oh, a great idea. Sonia would have been gone, but Whitehill, the veteran, a great defensive play to break it up. And the Flash will make their first substitute of the game late in the first half. It's Hallie Palmer, her 6th appearance of the season, and she'll come on for Catherine Reynolds. And you got a feel for Catherine. She sat out with the red card. As you said, she was the Iron Man of the team. And now she's going to come off with an ankle injury. So Palmer's 21 years old. Played at San Diego State University, the 2-time Mountain West Conference Defender of the Year. Tying the boots up and getting ready to come on for the Flash.
Had a relatively good game last game. Catherine Reynolds had to sit out for that red card. And that's a tough position trying to, I mean, you got a player, so we talk about a player that has started 18 games and has finished 18 games, and now she's got this game where she got the injury, but
and she looks like she is in a bit of pain as she's going to be ushered into the dressing room right away.
So that's a tough role for Palmer to try to fill, and she did a pretty good, solid job last game, hitting that ball to Carly Lloyd for the goal by Kerr.
Here's Kerr. Is there a late one here in the first half? Kerr shot! Goal! No, it's wide. I thought it was in. I thought it was in. It was just deflected around the post by Nair. Oh, it was so close.
And it's Palmer gets a throw in. Nice little flick there. And Kerr from midfield starts to make her run. And then she just beats Kat Whitehill 1v1 right here. And then just a little tip there by Nair.
Great save. Great save by Nair, and Kerr deserved it. As a shot from Salem. Knuckling right at the keeper.
Nice
45th minute.
Nice shot by Sahlen there, and Joe getting a little.
She deserved it. Such a
Juliana
great bit of work.
A little excited there.
Would have been the icing on the cake. A great run from Samantha Kerr late in the first half.
Be great for Palmer coming on, getting a second assist right off the bat.
We're in the 45th minute. Flash looking for something here in this first half where they've given up 3 straight goals.
And look at Carly Lloyd, just wide open right now. I wish the camera could pan to her because she was coming out of that midfield position, just wide open on the right-hand side, and really caught Pathman and Whitehill just looking at the ball, just everyone ball watching.
3 minutes of stoppage time.
Shepfer lost her too.
Here's Sanderson. Reeves. O'Reilly. Boston will keep it.
I honestly do not believe Sanderson has given the ball away this half.
She has gotten better and better as the half has gone on. Leanne Sanderson, a good performance here.
So before the game, we talked about keys, and one of them was keep the lead. And I'm sure Tom Durkin's going to go into the half and say, can we keep the lead today? Team, we need to keep the lead. And that's going to be his speech at halftime because they've given up too many points this year, and they haven't won a game on the road yet. And to come into Sahlen Stadium to win a match, that's going to build your team up. Going into the end of the season, you really don't have a chance. You don't have a chance for the playoffs, but going into the end of the season, can you get some points and build
And on the
something
flip side,
towards the end of the year.
if you're the Flash,
Next year, I mean.
what do you say? You know, these guys have given up leads before, so maybe that's something to build on. But they've got a lot of work to do here as we approach the end of half number 1. Sanderson again. Good ball into space. Reeves, left-footed shot. And that's going to swing wide of the net. And Sanderson has been effective here, to say the least.
And Reeves did not look comfortable hitting her left foot there. Should have brought that down and possibly get herself another PK, cut right in front of Williamson and Taylor there and see what she can get. She had position on him.
Here's Taylor. Flicked on by Kerr. Spencer back to Kerr. Nope, headed away by Sierra. Here's Sanderson. She has been good here in half number 1. Getting prepped for that international match with the English women's national team, and full speed ahead for Leanne Sanderson. There's Taylor. Now Edmonds.
And you saw in Portland that this Boston Breakers team put a relatively solid half together in the first half. Now they got to put 2 halves together.
Throwing here deep in the Breakers half of the field. Lloyd, good chip. And she gets dumped, but no call made, as she may have tripped on the ball there. Sahlen gets it into Lloyd. No, flag is up for offside. We're in first half stoppage time. The Flash had it all going their way. 15th minute, Spencer with the goal. And then it was 3 from the Breakers to take a 3-1 lead. Their passing was real crisp and sharp at points of that first half, but they've got to regroup and try to get that touch back once again. We'll go to break after 45 minutes of play here at Sahlen Stadium. Sanderson, O'Reilly, and Reeves for Boston, and Spencer for Western New York. It's 3-1 Boston. We'll take a break, and second half action coming up from Sahlen Stadium.
Hi, I'm Soccer Sam for Salvatores.com, Rochester's #1 pizzeria, and your healthy, fast, local choice.
Salvatore's gluten-free pizza, thin pizza, multi-grain pizza dough, amazing salads, fresh wraps and subs, sausage slingers, pasta dinners, real pizza ovens, and so much more.
Salvatores.com, your healthy, fast, local choice. And yeah, we deliver everything but babies. Do it with me. Salvatores.com.
Now at Subway restaurants, the new $3 menu is here. Choose from a variety of savory 6-inch subs, all for just $3 each. Available all day long. Try the Black Forest ham, spicy Italian, or oven-roasted chicken. But hurry in, the $3 menu is available for a limited time only. For bigger variety and better value, the choice is easy when you choose from the new $3 menu at Subway restaurants. Subway, eat fresh.
Tap into good times at the distillery. Grab the family and experience our fun, wholesome atmosphere. The service is friendly and the food is delicious. The appetizers are amazing. The entrees are awesome, with exceptional quality dishes and innovative, delicious recipes to satisfy everyone's appetite. Enjoy your favorite distillery dish anytime with our takeout service and our kitchen that's always open late.
The distillery.
This is Angela Sahlen from the Western New York Flash. The Flash Academy is a one-of-a-kind program in the Western New York designed to allow youth players the opportunity to train in a professional and competitive setting like I do every day. Check out the Western New York Flash Academy at WNYFlash.com. More youth player can learn from the Flash's professional coaching staff and players like me.
Welcome back to Sahlen Stadium. The second half about to begin. It's the Western New York Flash and the Boston Breakers. Boston with a 3-1 lead after 45 minutes of play. As we'll get your stats through half number one. Saves, 3 for Nair, 1 for the Western New York Flash's Kelsey Weiss. Corner kicks, 1 for the Flash, and shots are even at 7. Look at your numbers through 45 minutes of play. 3-1, Western New York trailing the Breakers. They've changed sides. It'll be Western New York kicking off. They'll be attacking the goal to our left. And Mike, if you're Aaron Lyons in that dressing room, what do you say to the team?
Well, you're telling them that we got to get back right away, and we got to score in the first 5 minutes. And you saw what Portland did to Boston right at the beginning of the second half last game. They scored right away, went up 4-3. They're chasing the game again, and they really have to get a goal early. Put pressure on Boston right away, and get a goal early is what he said.
All right, we'll see how this one.
And watch out for Leanne Sanderson slipping those balls behind the defense, and
Mewis as well.
Mewis, well, yeah, you're getting it from all angles right now. You're getting Heather O'Reilly, who's very involved. You got the 3 forwards with O'Reilly, Mewis, and Reeves, and you got Leanne Sanderson. So it's the 4 attacking players.
Kerr is tripped up, and the referee's going to call a goal kick. She lost her balance there. He waited to see if there was an advantage. I thought the whistle was definitely not a PK, but at least a free kick outside the box.
Well, I thought she got clipped a little bit. And she tried to stay on her feet. And when we see the replay here, you'll see that she might have gotten clipped. And if she takes a dive, it may have been a foul, but she tries to stand on her feet, and the referee doesn't call it. So what does that teach you as a player?
Here's Lloyd. Lloyd, a left-footed rocket up and over the goal.
As a player, it tells you sometimes you got to take the dive.
Yeah, good point.
You don't want to take the dive. You want to play the way the game should be played. And she didn't take the dive, and she didn't get the call. And she's still talking to the AR. Kerr is still talking to the AR over there.
Here's Sanderson, 1 touch forward. No one there for Boston. Taylor. Checking back, Sonia. Good touch forward. Palmer turning on the Jets, gets to the ball. Puts it into the 18 for Kerr. Tried to lay it off there. Spencer won't get there.
Nice idea by Kerr, but right now you almost want her to be selfish.
Into the box, and Wood able to get it away from Kerr. And a goal kick coming up for the Flash, who have a bit of an edge here in the second half.
And here's Kerr coming up the sideline right here. And I think it's Kat Whitehill that comes across. Oh, no, it's Wood who comes across, and she does. She gets Kerr. She's got it. And it was in the box.
I was going to say.
If you're the referee, you can put that, you have the opportunity to put that outside the box as well. And Kerr tries to stand on her feet. Wood did not get the ball whatsoever. She got all leg. And after you've already called a PK in the match, it's an opportunity for the referee to call something there.
The Flash have come out here in the first 3 minutes with some bite, looking for anything to happen as they trail 3-1, and they fight their way back into this. We talked about during the half, Mike, Flash scenarios. They need some help. They have to win, though. That's the bottom line tonight, is they've got 24 points. Chicago with 27 points. Just ahead of them is Washington in that 4th and final spot. So the Flash need to win and a little bit of help. They can max out with 39 points. Boston has other ideas. Reeves. Still Reeves taking off the ball. Williamson for the Flash coming away with it.
Now Reeves tries to buy a foul there.
Little flick on, not going to get to Sonia. O'Reilly. Sierra. Good job by Zerboni. Flash with some bounce in their step here in the second half. McCall. Carly Lloyd. Left-footed cross, and it was going in towards the frame. And Lloyd wanted to put that a little deeper out away from the keeper. But Nair making the save. Alyssa Nair, a 2.38 goals against average, 1 shutout on the season. Boots this one down the middle of the field. Schepfer.
Yeah, Boston leading in a column they don't want to lead, and that's goals against on the season.
Zerboni and Edmonds get tangled up as Sonia checks back for it and turns. The Spanish international Sonia Bermudez out to Palmer. Back to Sahlen. She gets stepped on her right ankle as Sanderson got a good piece of Angela Sahlen, and she'll get a talking to from the official. Let's look at the replay.
And just, I'm laughing because fans are yelling, please call something, ref. And it's just, Leanne getting in from behind a little bit. Late
clumsy
tackle.
And she'll get a yellow card in the 51st minute. Sanderson, first card of the game this evening for her challenge against Angela Sahlen.
Yeah, Sahlen shielding the ball very well. She put her foot between Sanderson and the ball, and Sanderson went for she did go for the ball, but Sahlen does a great play by stepping in front of the ball and putting herself between Sanderson and the ball, and ends up getting that yellow card.
Taylor, very dangerous with those driven balls. That one scooped up by Nair. Quickly out to O'Reilly. Reeves. Trying to get it back, and Taylor will break it up for the Flash. 52nd minute. Western New York trailing 3-1. Flash are going to have to hustle to keep this one. As Weiss's clearance went down the middle of the field. But Spencer spinning away with it for Western New York. Cuts it inside. Sonia's wide open, didn't get it though. Lloyd instead down the middle. And cleared away by Whitehill.
You could see who Lloyd's preference there is up in the attack. She's constantly looking for Kerr. So, I mean, every time Lloyd's got the ball, if you're Boston, you want to make sure you got Kerr on your shoulder.
Here's Zerboni for Lloyd. Plays it to Kerr. They play the 1-2. Lloyd tried to get the poke in there, but O'Reilly, a good bit of defensive work from Heather O'Reilly to break it up. Throw in here for the Flash on the near side. Palmer looking for options. Kerr checking back for it. Back to Palmer. Low cross. Punched away. The loose ball blocked in front. Zerboni got a shot away, but it may have hit Spencer in front. There was traffic in front of the Boston goal. Here's a look at the replay.
It's a nice little ball here by Palmer, and Bermudez clears the space for Kerr. She lays it back. Palmer with nice little near post cross. Nair gets her fingertip on it, and Zerboni hits it off of Whitehill, actually, for that corner kick.
Here's Sonia on the restart from the far side. Left-footed in-swinging service. On its way. Short to Zerboni. Sonia back all the way in the middle of the field for Edmonds.
That was a broken up corner kick right there. Sonia tried to hit it one time with her left foot and just couldn't put it in the box.
Palmer. Lloyd. Lloyd shot at a goal! Carly Lloyd did not quit. She continued to work, and she buries it in the 54th minute.
And I believe that's going to be an assist for Haley Palmer there, and that's her first career professional point right there. Spencer tries to jump on it. Carly sticks with it and puts it in the back of the net, and that's exactly what the Western New York Flash needed. Right here again, Palmer. And she's put several crosses in as she's entered this game. And going in a little bit too soft right there by Wood. Wood's got to just take the ball and Carly Lloyd and everything with it. You can see Wood pulls out a little bit. You want to see, if you're Coach Durkin, you want to see Wood go through everything, and she doesn't there.
Carly's 7th of the season. And a beauty for Carly Lloyd, and what determination. She was not going to be denied there. She fought through challenges to just get the shot away. And her goal total at 7 now, equal with Sinclair, Matheson, Holiday, and Kerr from the Flash.
And congratulations to Palmer there, getting her first career point as a professional.
Or check that, Kerr with 6 on the season, according to this stat sheet. But nonetheless, a great goal from Carly Lloyd. And Palmer with the helper. Lloyd, good ball.
I believe that's to be incorrect, Joe, on the NWS. I believe it is 7 goals for Kerr.
It is 7?
I believe so.
Here's Lloyd again. Will she have another one? Nope, knocked away by Whitehill. Reeves. Now Sierra, 3-2, a little closer here for the Western New York Flash in the 56th minute. Good pressure from Spencer, ends up on the foot of Bermudez. Here's Lloyd. Sonia. Knocked away, but Sahlen keeping pressure. And foul call behind the play. It was Schepfer who went down. Restart coming up for Whitehill. Goes short to the outside. Here's Mewis. She's been dangerous with that left-footed delivery. Tries another one, and it's a good ball for O'Reilly. Heads it around Palmer. Top of the 18, O'Reilly. Forced to go back to Sanderson.
Good defense there by Palmer. And I was thinking right there, O'Reilly was going to try to take Palmer on 1v1 and do a better job there. But Palmer, great defense.
Zerboni knocks it away from O'Reilly. Edmonds, a little poke forward for Kerr. Kerr gets taken down. Referee will call it this time.
Now, Joe, you know that goal came off of that broken corner kick.
That's true.
Sonia played it back to Edmonds. Edmonds plays it out to Haley Palmer.
It was
goal.
part of the plan.
Edmonds just chipping the ball up there, and here's that foul on Spencer. Actually, I'm sorry, it was on Kerr. Schepfer just taking position, and for me, I don't think that's a foul at all. And
there was the earlier one that she didn't get called. Maybe a makeup there.
Who knows, but
from Taman Berry.
It's a poor call there for Berry. I think Schepfer just got position on Kerr, and Kerr actually fell on her own.
There's the ball into the box. Nair coming out to punt it forward now for Sanderson. Good job by Sahlen. First block, and the pass given away to Taylor. 58th minute, Flash. Long ball looking for Sonia. Picked up by Lloyd, middle of the field. Lloyd with a shot from distance. Didn't get a piece of it.
That's Carly Lloyd could strike one, definitely. But at that moment, she's about 35 yards out there, and that's she would have had to have a cracker there.
Well, this scoreline is what we saw in Portland, a 3-2 lead for Boston. They ended up going down 6-3. We'll see if that's in the back of the minds of the Boston Breakers and how they respond to having the lead once again. Sierra. Zerboni. She is determined here in this second half.
She definitely is, and she's the one that's really closing down that gap, not allowing that ball to get into the attack as the ball's flowing through the midfield.
Oh, good move by Kerr as she gets swiped down by Jones, and she's going to want to be careful.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Jones is arguing about there. This is pretty much a clear foul.
Great move.
Good move by Kerr.
Again, Jones leading the NWSL with 5 yellow cards. Sonia on the restart. 35 yards away, dead center. Little chip forward. No one there for the Flash. Lloyd. A goal and an assist tonight. Good work from Carly. And good defending there from Schepfer as well.
So quick, she's so explosive.
It was Wood helping out.
I mean, you watch Carly Lloyd, and she loses the ball, and she comes right back to try to win that ball back.
Knocked forward down the far side. Sanderson and Edmonds battle for it. Throwing for the flash. Zerboni. Now cleared away by the Breakers, looking for their first road win of the season. Salem swipes it away. Nice job by Angela Salem. Flash with possession in the Boston half. Palmer to Lloyd, who's been all over the place. Flicked forward. Sonia, oh, they're going to call her offside. Close call there, but the Flash really building up and applying pressure here.
Yeah, I mean, just 2 seconds ago, I mean, just within the last 30 seconds, we're talking about Carly Lloyd on the opposite side of the field, putting on immediate pressure after losing the ball. And here she is on this side of the field, trying to make things happen as well. You're right, she is all over the place. And we saw that from Leanne Sanderson in the first half. First half, it was both Carly and Leanne. This half, right now, it's just Carly, and you're trying to figure out, did Leanne Sanderson lose some energy there?
Williamson nudged off the ball and a foul called against Reeves. Good shoulder tackle, shoulder challenge either way, I thought. But the Flash will take the restart. And given away by Western New York. Looking to get above the 500 mark at home, 4-4-2. The Flash will be in Boston on August the 3rd. And following that one, they'll come home to take on Sky Blue Wednesday, August 13th. That'll be an ESPN game. So you and I have the night off.
Yeah, and Western New York Flash really need this one. They have a lot in front of them. They have Sky Blue twice, and they have Boston twice. So they've got it. They're telling their own story right now, but they have to get this first win. Sky Blue and Boston being towards the bottom of the table, they definitely need to get a win here.
And you throw Chicago in the mix as well to wrap up the regular season.
Well, so a great way to end the season. It's going to be you and Chicago that are battling for that spot, one of those spots, that fourth spot or that third spot. So that's going to be able to, tell you what type of team you are.
And it'll be important to get 3 points tonight to continue that push. A lot of time still remaining as Kerr pushing it into the 18. Now goes outside the box. Sonia. Still Sonia. High cross looking for Lloyd. Knocked away there by the Breakers defense. Here's O'Reilly. Back to Nair.
Oh, you can see a little frustration from Coach Durkin right now. As Western New York Flash has been putting in so much pressure on Boston, and they've been getting the possession of the game. And there's McCall Zerboni again with another win, picking the ball off of Mewis. And the Flash are really winning this half. And that's really what, Larry, you guys got to go win this half. And not just win it. You need to destroy Boston this half.
Here's Zerboni to Kerr. Spinning around. Outside to Spencer. Edmonds. Some changes coming up here for both sides. Kerr, good ball into space for Lloyd. No, it's going to run out of play as it looks like now Madeline Evans, number 18, will be coming on, and she'll take out number 19, Christy Mewis. And your thoughts on Christy's performance tonight, Mike?
Mewis had a good game, but you did see she was starting to slow down there, and McCall Zerboni pretty much picked the ball off of her foot pretty easily. And Mewis is sprinting off the field, and she should actually be taking her time a little bit because Western New York Flash right now is putting a lot of pressure, and this could have helped change the game a little bit, slow that pressure down. And you can see they're locking Boston in right now. They know that they're in a tough situation right now.
Shep first sends it down the far side. Taylor will just pump it right back into the Boston half of the field and let the Flash get back to work. Here's Salem. Now Williamson. 65th minute. 3-2 Boston. Vicky will be checking in for Western New York, the creative midfielder. Good battle here with Jones and Palmer on this near side. Jones gets it to Reeves. Spins away, referee says get up. And we play on.
For me, that's a foul as well. I mean, that's a foul at the top of the box on Williamson.
Shepfer. Good idea, Reeves was there, but the pass was off the mark. Goal kick coming up here for Weiss, and the change for the Flash is going to be Williamson, who's playing in the back, coming off for Vicky. And this change coming up in the 65th minute.
And you see Taylor looking at the sideline and
what does that mean for us?
Well, well, what's this mean for us? Oh, we're going with 3 in the back now. So you see Edmonds and Palmer just pinched in, and for me it's a good move by Aaron Lyons. You got to continue. You've been pressuring the Boston Breakers, and you got to continue that pressure. They haven't been threatening the back 4 too much. So let's continue to put numbers up forward.
Well, Vicky tied for the lead with 6 assists in the NWSL. We'll see if she can create some magic here.
Puts a little pressure on Angela Sahlen to really be in charge of protecting that back 3 and watching Leanne Sanderson coming through the midfield.
You know, Mike, I know we say it game after game and we praise Carly Lloyd, but how can you not? She has just been outstanding. She has worked an incredible amount tonight.
You know, there are some games where she is involved and you got to stop Carly Lloyd, but tonight, Carly Lloyd, this is one of the better games that I've seen Carly Lloyd play this season. She's been all over. Lots of touches on the ball. The thing with Carly is you got to get her the ball, and I've seen games where the Western New York Flash are not playing through Carly as much as I feel they should be.
She has got a goal and an assist tonight. She is moved all over the field.
The same thing. She's so active tonight, and that's why she's seeing the ball so much more tonight. And now you can even see with Lasada in there now, she's cheating a little bit, and she's more in the attack. Right away, it's got to come out to Sonia and start the attack.
Here is Sonia.
And it's going to get to Carly.
Little touch up and over the
You got to love Carly's look.
sideline.
She wants every single call. I mean, as a player, I was like that too. You always want every single call, and you get frustrated when you don't get it, but she's just so active tonight.
Here's O'Reilly going at the back 3. Palmer steps in nicely, wins it away. Gets it to Zerboni. Now Sonia. Tight space here on the near side. And it's not going to be enough to stay inbounds.
Nice little touch there by Aaron Lyons.
Still got it.
Yeah.
The New Zealand international, Aaron Lyons. 41 times with the New Zealand national team. And also spent time with the Rochester Rhinos and the Portland Timbers in the USL.
Don't forget a few years over in Germany as well in the Bundesliga, in the Zweite Bundesliga.
Reeves or O'Reilly goes down, foul called. She'll pick up a free kick here for Boston. Looks like Adriana will be coming on shortly for the Western New York Flash. That'll be their 3rd and final substitution. Boston only 1 change so far. As they'll play it short, Whitehill to Wood. Back to Whitehill. Taylor heading it forward. No one there for Western New York. Shepfer. Zerboni again trying to fight for possession. Boston comes away with it. O'Reilly. Shepfer outside. Sierra. Here's Evans just coming on now. Looking to sneak that ball in behind Taylor in the Flash defense. No go. Wood. Outside to Sierra, the 22-year-old. Or it's Pathman, I'm sorry. And she dribbles this one out of play, Molly Pathman. From Duke University. Hustles back, it's over her head to Lloyd, though. Now Lloyd leaves it. Nope, she takes it.
And there are a lot of young players on this field for Boston. Quite a few rookies. And that's why Heather O'Reilly has had to really step up this season and become a leader for this team. And she just didn't have the supporting cast around her, other leaders that would command the show. And so you've seen Heather O'Reilly play almost a different role than you've seen her play in the past.
Here's Zerboni. Spencer. Sonia. Shot. Great save by Nair. Punches it away, and Sonia picks up the rebound.
Oh, and Sonia just needed a little quarter of an inch there to dink. She tried to dink it over the goalie. Good tackle there by Jones.
Boston coming away with it. Sanderson. Offsides. Oh, he didn't raise the flag.
Well, Jones was offsides, but I don't believe Reeves was.
I think Reeves may have been, but we'll play on. Here's Jones. Still Jones. Shot. Oh, it's just wide of the far post. That wasn't too far off the mark. 71st minute. Adriana will be coming on now for Western New York, their third and final substitution. She'll take out Sonia.
And here's that opportunity that Sonia had. And it's a nice ball by Spencer. Zerboni plays a good ball to Spencer. Very unselfish of Spencer. Oh, and that first touch could have been a little bit better by Sonia. And as Nair went down early too, and Sonia did try to put it over her.
Adriana, good flick forward. Spencer, oh, it takes a bad bounce. Has to regroup. Vicky. Spencer now. Vicky chasing it down. Whitehill gives up a dangerous corner kick here. And the Flash looking to set up with Adriana and Vicky. They'll go short. No, Adriana's going to hold it up instead. Got two great choices in Adriana or Vicky.
Yeah, I mean, both players hit great corners.
Here's the delivery into the box. Oh, what a good save from Nair as she was run into by Zerboni, but the referee is going to call an offside. And coming back for the Breakers.
Nice ball by Martin. And Nair, just what a great grab. Very confident there in our 6-yard box. A lot of numbers were in that 6-yard box, too. And right there, what a grab by Nair.
Good save. As Reeves is in now. O'Reilly leaving the ball. Reeves pushing it into the 18. Still Reeves. Still with it on her left. Cuts it back to her right. Body's in front and finally cleared away by the Flash. But Sanderson rifles one that's wide of the frame. As Boston will go to the bench and bring on Nikki Washington, the 25-year-old. Came over from Houston. She'll replace Jasmine Reeves, who had that last dash down the field. In the 73rd minute, Reeves off, Washington on.
Nikki Washington, almost a converted defender earlier in her career. They converted her as a defender, but really she scored tons of goals back in college for North Carolina, where she won 3 championships, 3 NCAA championships.
She'll take her spot right up top.
Very versatile player. You'd love to have a Nikki Washington on your team because you could put her almost anywhere on the field.
Flash need a win here, fighting for their playoff lives. A tie probably isn't going to do too much for them. A win is what they need, chasing Chicago and Washington, even Portland as well. Kerr. Vicky battles for it. Palmer settles it for the Flash. Salem. Now outside to Edmonds. We're in the 74th minute. A 3-2 lead for the Breakers. All 3 of their goals coming in the first half.
Yeah, and that's one thing you haven't seen a lot from the Flash today is you haven't seen the outside backs going forward and making a lot of crosses. And I think with Heather O'Reilly and Mewis were pushed up so high, you didn't see them. They were really pushed back on their heels, and they really haven't been given the opportunity to see that quick changing the point of attack, allowing Edmonds or Palmer to go forward. And earlier it was Reynolds, obviously.
There's Taylor. Salem. Western New York down by 1 here, looking for some late game heroics as Adriana gets taken down. Restart for the Flash. Set it up and leave it now for Taylor. And she'll leave it for Vicky.
Well, I would say Vicky's the person you want on that ball. Put Brittany Taylor in the box and find either Carly Lloyd's head or Brittany Taylor's head.
That's exactly what they look to be doing here. Vicky driven, and Nair will get there. No one on the end of it for Western New York. They loaded that far side and then left Carly Lloyd open on the near side. Just couldn't get to that ball. As Nair boots one down the far side. Evans keeps it in play, gets it to Washington. Good job by Edmonds to hustle back and win it. Zerboni taken off the ball by Sanderson. Here's Sanderson. O'Reilly steps in, low shot. And that one whistles wide of the post on the far side. A shot / cross from Heather O'Reilly.
And right there, Zerboni loses it, but it was a tough pass by Edmonds. She should have played that a lot softer to Zerboni. Sanderson and O'Reilly just trying to hit somebody, anyone to get on the end of it. And I think Washington hesitated a little bit on her run. And that's who Heather O'Reilly was looking for.
Here's Kerr. Couldn't get a touch on it. Some space now as the Flash pushing numbers forward, leaving a bit of space here in the back. O'Reilly to Washington. Back to O'Reilly. Evans, and the flag comes up. She's behind the Flash defense. And Western New York down to the 77th minute. All three substitutions have been made. And they'll look for some late game heroics. Carly Lloyd has worked hard tonight. Spencer, Kerr, Zerboni has been explosive here in this second half. Let's see what's left in the tank here for the ladies in pink tonight. Washington to O'Reilly.
What Boston has really needed is what's happening right now. They needed O'Reilly and Sanderson to start getting involved. And there's a ball from, there's a great ball by O'Reilly to Sanderson. I think she tripped over the ball and he called a handball after she fell.
Hard luck there for Sanderson.
Yeah.
Good step there. Rachel Wood has been good in the back tonight. Only her second appearance. She's been strong. Vicky, look at this footwork. Oh, well done. But the pass from Adriana doesn't get back. Lloyd has to hustle, keep it away from O'Reilly. Adriana. Kerr for Palmer. Crowd getting behind the Flash here. Samantha Kerr looking to turn on the Jets. 3 white jerseys in front of her. Adriana gets around 1. Tries to get around 2. It's not going to work. Wood comes away with it.
Just too many. Trying to go through too many. She's got to give that ball up.
Throwing here for Western New York.
You know, the flow of the match started to switch over to Boston's side after some of those subs were made, and now you're starting to feel it.
Adriana.
Flash.
Flag is up. Offsides. Crowd got excited there for a moment.
Good ball by Vicky Lasada there. Thrown by Palmer. Lasada just picks her out. Left foot. Nice little ball. Couldn't tell if she was onside or offsides there.
Well, Heather O'Reilly looks like she's cramping up. She is down on the near side here. And
yeah, I would say that she was definitely offsides, as it was either Wood or it was Kat Whitehill who held her run, pulled her offsides.
Tom Durkin calling Bianca D'Agostino over. Looks like she'll be the final substitution. Not sure if it's going to be for O'Reilly, but she'll be the third one coming on for the Breakers. Again, looking for their first win on the road.
You can feel the urgency in the stadium, and you can feel the urgency by the Western New York Flash players. They know that they need to get 2 goals in this next 12 minutes, not just 1 to try to pull 1 point back. They really need 2 goals. And you can see the urgency on all the players, particularly, I mean, like Vicky Lasada, you see her very active. You know, and it helps that Vicky came on. The craftiness of Vicky Lasada allows Carly Lloyd to roam a little bit more and not be the only creative player. Not, I'm saying only, but most creative player on the field is sometimes Carly or Vicky.
O'Reilly back on the field after getting looked at by the trainer. Zerboni pokes one forward. Gets the cross into the box. Kerr, no, headed away. Still a loose ball in the 18. Lloyd. Lloyd still with it. Lloyd can't pull the trigger. It's blocked. She has been working for everything tonight. Edmonds back into the box. Kerr with the header across to Lloyd. Flag is up again.
And that's all the energy by McCall Zerboni. That entire series got put together by McCall Zerboni's energy moving forward. And Edmonds plays a nice ball in here. On the this is the second part of that series, and Carly Lloyd was offsides. But right before that, nice ball was played down the line, and McCall Zerboni's energy to win that ball and put it back into the box.
There's the restart from Nair. Madeline Evans has been called over to the sideline. Looks like there's a cut on her knee that has to be wrapped up. So she's been sent off the pitch. Boston playing with 10 right now. Evans gets wrapped up and not yet back on the field. Now she gets the signal to come back onto the pitch. Zerboni. Top of the 18. McCall spinning, looking for some options. Back to Edmonds. One-time cross. Lloyd, the header. Diving save from Nair. Good job all around.
Yeah, McCall Zerboni, that energy is what the Western New York Flash need, and she's not stopped. She's non-stop, and great ball by Edmonds. Early cross by Edmonds, and Carly Lloyd gets a good head on. Zerboni a little bit lucky there. But right here, I think she's got to play that to Spencer, and she doesn't. She chooses to knock it back to Edmonds. And then that early cross by Edmonds. Numbers for Western New York Flash in the box. Good save by Nair.
Back to live action. Vicky coming away with it for Western New York. Right down the middle off the back of Lloyd. Settles it outside for Spencer. Cuts it around. Still Spencer in the box. Her shot is blocked. Zerboni. Headed away. No, the chest, and then the clearance by O'Reilly. There's Taylor battling for it with Washington. And Bianca D'Agostino will be coming on, the 25-year-old. She's going to replace Leanne Sanderson, who really deserves a nice round of applause. An outstanding first half for Sanderson.
A very good first half, and then you saw some glimpses in the second half, but you saw that she was starting to lose her wind and lose her air, and that was pretty much the end of Leanne Sanderson.
Put the substitution pencil away. Both sides have made 3 changes. And we've got what we've got here for the next 8 minutes plus stoppage time. Lloyd tried to nudge Schepfer off the ball, but it's cleared forward by Boston. Weiss looking for options deep down the field. Spencer gets the head on it to Adriana. Back to Spencer. She's taken down. Referee says they got the ball. Palmer.
And even Coach Durkin put his hands on his head.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Asking questions. And, I mean, that's a clear foul on Jasmine Spencer.
And how about Kerr just steamrolled from behind at the top of the 18. No call made. The Flash and the fans can't believe it.
I mean, even Coach Durkin was like, oh, my God, I can't believe I didn't get called for that.
Well, Mike, I don't want to say too much, but there's been a lot of talk this season about the officiating in the NWSL.
I mean, good hustle here by Adriana Martin and Spencer with her first touch. And I don't know, maybe Pathman did get the ball a little bit.
My concern is more or less the second one where Kerr was dumped.
Right here, maybe she did get ball.
The second one, though, where Samantha Kerr was taken down from behind, I thought was much more a foul than what we saw on the Spencer challenge.
Oh, we're just homers right now, right?
Well, that's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say one way or another, but We've given our props to the Boston players.
Absolutely.
The players who've done well.
Oh, Nikki Washington about 5 yards offsides there.
And we'll play on here as Weiss. In the 85th minute, comes all the way off her line to play it to Edmonds.
You can sense the urgency by Western New York, though. Definitely, they know that they're under the gun.
Adriana looking for this one. Whitehill. Steady, consistent in the back, knocks it out of play. Boston regroups defensively. 2 balls on the field. Which one do you play? The one closest to the goal, Spencer. Trying to push it forward, but a little too heavy on the touch, and they're going to eat away at some of that clock. Boston winless on the road. 2 draws, the closest they've gotten to victory. Taylor with the header. Evans forward to O'Reilly. She's got some jets here into the 18. O'Reilly, shot and a goal. That should put the icing on the cake for Boston, as O'Reilly's got her second of the evening.
And it was really Brittany Taylor won that first head ball. So Brittany Taylor won the first head ball there, and then O'Reilly wins the head ball, and then gets his next ball.
It's Evans.
By Evans, sub, and she did. She turned on the jets, and Taylor tried to get there. Nice ball by Evans.
And there was no way O'Reilly was going to get caught. You could just see her turn it up another gear. And she's got her 7th of the season in the 86th minute.
And I think Kelsey Weiss might have been may have been out of position there, because that was played near post.
O'Reilly's second of the night.
She tucked it in right near post. That's the second time she scored 2 goals here in 2 years, if I'm correct.
Yep. 2013 had 2 goals.
She likes this place.
A 2-1 come from behind win on April 27th of 2013. Flash looking for something, anything here, as Pathman comes away with it for Boston. Now Taylor chasing this one down. 4-2, 87th minute.
You know, you take that risk and you go 3 in the back, but you were having quite a bit of success with the urgency that the Western New York Flash were playing with.
Oh, good ball. Spencer, top of the 18, the chip, and the shot goes wide.
That, for me, that's got to be a finish by Spencer. Another nice ball by Losada. Just a little bit of a hesitation.
There's a look at that last chance for Spencer.
And here's that ball, Losada. Good run by Spencer, but right here, she's got to do a better job of getting right on the end of it right away. Not enough urgency there when you're in the 18-yard box.
There's Washington spinning, keeping possession. Bothered by Lloyd, but Jones will come away with it. Kerr comes in and knocks her off the ball. And Jones takes a look to see who hit me there.
Yeah,
and she'll come over and have a word for Samantha Kerr.
It's a clear yellow card by Kerr. And
both teams huddle around here. So Evans, or it's Kerr, second yellow card of the game. First one went to Sanderson.
And Jones is going to get a yellow card for retaliation now as well. And she's like, okay, I've been here before.
This will be number 6 for Jones.
I've been here before.
Kerr and Jones booked in the 88th minute. And Shepfer is trying to just control Jones, keep her away from the controversy at midfield. It'll be a restart for the Breakers. It was Kerr called for the initial foul. Not surprised this one got to that level.
You thought it was going to happen a little bit earlier.
Yeah, definitely. There's Whitehill on the restart for the Breakers. All the way back now to Nair. This result will be an eye-opener and a bit of a shock for teams here in the NWSL if it holds. Out of play, throw in here for Boston in front of the Flash bench. It'll be Sierra to take it, and she is in no hurry whatsoever.
You know, and I think 36 points gets you into the playoffs, Joe. So this isn't the end-all, the be-all for the Western New York Flash. They just have to win the next 4 outright. They've got to go 4-0. And they didn't have a terrible showing tonight. Just really, if you look at that 5 minutes that they gave up those goals and that letdown, that can't happen.
27th, 30th, and 39th minute.
Okay.
First half goals.
Well,
12 minutes.
27th and 30th back-to-back right away. That hurts. When you're winning 1-0.
4 minutes of stoppage time. All the Boston players up and off the bench as they eagerly await the final whistle. And they've worked so hard to get this first road win of the season. Spencer. Kerr. Soft cross, and Wood will clear it away.
You know, and you talk, you know, what does Boston have to play for? And you don't want to be the team that lands in last place. And this starts putting them in a position to take over Sky Blue or take over Houston.
Wood and Spencer battle for it. Throw in here for the Flash. Kerr fighting, working hard. DiAgostino gets there. And a goal kick coming up here for the Boston Breakers. We are in stoppage time. 4 minutes called for.
And I'm watching Tom Durkin. He's just pacing back and forth and putting his hand through his hair. You can see he's got to be so excited for his team right now. He's worked so hard throughout the season. He knows that back in May they had a 5-game homestand where they went 0-4-1, and that's when his team he felt was the weakest. And now he feels his team's starting to come on. He's starting to get numbers back. He's going to get Julie King. We haven't talked about King not being on the lineup either for a big part of the season. She's one of his best. She's been one of his best players all year.
Is there one more late push for Lloyd and the Flash? Kerr.
It's time to be unselfish, right?
Yes, made the pass there and knocked away by the Breakers. Sahlen to Palmer. Good move. Gets around O'Reilly. Palmer still with it. Vicky, top of the 18. The shot up and over the bar. And stoppage time, 4-2.
Palmer,
Boston leads.
Palmer came off the bench. And she's done a good job replacing Catherine Reynolds, who was the player we highlighted. And she comes forward from the left back position. She knows she's in trouble, but she sees something and she gives it a go. And she sees and Lasada has an opportunity.
Hammered away by Wood. Quick throw in Lloyd to Adriana. Gets it to Carly Lloyd. Hard slide tackle from DiAgostino. Lloyd goes down. As the Breakers clear it momentarily. Palmer into the box for Kerr. Now Adriana. Back to Lloyd. She'll pick up a corner kick for Western New York. Played 3 minutes of the 4 minutes of stoppage time. Here's the restart. Adriana. A tight one headed away by Wood, who's been rock solid in the back tonight. Palmer, good win of the ball, but then the pass is off the mark. And Nikki Washington goes down for the Boston Breakers. As we are approaching the final whistle here tonight at Sahlen Stadium, Project Pink. And we'll see if there's any contact on the Washington injury.
Yeah, it's Palmer just getting in there, stuck in for a good tackle. Oh, actually, yeah. I think Palmer won the ball, and then Washington just overreached. She looks like she's grabbing her Achilles there.
She'll take a walk to the sideline as she gets a round of applause from the fans here at Sahlen Stadium. And the throw-in coming up for Sierra.
At the time of the injury, there was about 3.5 minutes in the stoppage time. So it could be only about 30 seconds for Boston's first win on the road here.
There's Palmer with a throw-in here in stoppage time. Western New York looking to get just a little bit closer here. Palmer, good work into the box, headed away by Whitehill. Lloyd, shot from distance blocked. Kerr to Edmonds. And Lloyd is slow to get up. She hobbles. And that will bring this one to a close as the Breakers, very happy with the result tonight for the Western New York Flash. They continue to keep working as their playoff lives very, very slim now after a 4-2 loss against the Boston Breakers. So with the result now, Western New York 7-10-3. The Boston Breakers 4-13-2. And that's their first road win of the season. And we talked about it at the Open tonight, Mike. This team has some talent. They're definitely a team to be taken serious.
Boston does have talent, but they're a decimated team because they've lost some of their best players. Sydney LaRue was supposed to be on the roster at the beginning of the season. I mean, they're not on the team, but if you're Tom Durkin and you're looking at what I'm coming to at the beginning of the season, then all of a sudden you're losing all that. And then you're trying to bring in trades that really didn't match what you were losing, then you feel like that you got an uphill battle, and that's what Boston's dealt with, particularly earlier in the season in May. But now 7 games on the road, and they just got their first win in their 7th match on the road, and you could see some excitement by the Boston Breakers right now.
Final score this evening from Sahlen Stadium. It's Boston 4-2. Heather O'Reilly, 2 goals, 1 assist for her tonight as she leads Boston to victory here in Rochester. For our entire production crew, our color commentator, Mike Kerms, Boston wins it 4-2. I'm Joe Giuliano saying ciao for now from downtown Rochester. This guy was one of the worst referees I've seen. He was one of the worst. Yeah. Yeah. He missed a lot. Like, there was the one against Spencer where she got, he said, hey, here you go, buddy. Where he said she got the ball. Maybe. But then when Kerr got steamrolled top of the 18, it's a foul.